Is ILEG technology screens. We are going to be testing out several things today. It is going to be quite a busy day. So right now we have another coating from the AdTech, which is actually our technology under the Visual Tech TV projection screens. Is actually one of the new coating that we have. People busy. I'm always busy. Always working on something. Always got something coming up. We got a lot of stuff because we have a lot of stuff we've got to show you. So it's crazy. It's very crazy. So it's a lot of stuff. So that right there is one of the technologies right there. I have no idea what goes on. The minute I turn the camera on, everything goes haywire around here. So I'm trying to figure out, get organized here. I need to put this up. And destroy my life. I just had a whole bunch of these bags. Literally a whole bunch of them in my hand. And I'm thinking, hey, this is fantastic. I got a bunch of these. These would be great. And then I can't find the bags. Alright, so sorry about that confusion right there. Just trying to get things wrapped up a little bit. That right there is another new coating. So, as I told you before, that the AdTech started off to be an advertising technology that we designed it for. Found out the AdTech had other things involved with it, which means it had TV projection technology. It's fantastic for gaming. It does a lot of stuff. So we're like, okay, we do the stuff with it. It also changes its colors. It can basically be lighter, it can be darker, it can be blue, it can be green. It can do whatever it wants to do. It's pretty cool. So, with that being said, we have now embarked upon a different color for the AdTech system. I get these, my mouse are getting mixed up. I got one here, one there. All right. So, just so you know, what is this color scheme right here? That cameras do this technology no justice whatsoever. I've had people come in here, pull out cameras and record this thing and look at it and go, yep, you're right, the camera doesn't really do much for it. It's literally that bright. It's super bright. So that's why we're going to have showrooms, we're going to have this thing on display. You get a chance to see what these things look like in person. These things are absolutely gorgeous. These screens are absolutely gorgeous. So, this is a physical projection screen, and no way this is ever going to be a screen paint. We already have a screen paint we're working on. We'll be showing it off today, which is the Ultimate Black. We'll be showing it off, and this is the new one that was developed 10 minutes. Actually, I'd say right after we shot the video, before we shot the video, I'd say probably about 5 or 10 minutes ago, this was already made. There it is right there. And there it is right there. I told you, the AdTech technology, that stuff right there, we have so many different versions of screens we can get out of that technology. It's not even funny. My customized GTA 6 PC case, the colored screen, which is actually it's pink. I'm doing on my screen to have blending. I might do pink or blue. I haven't decided yet, but we could change the color of the screen, and it doesn't make a difference. It won't even alter or change anything whatsoever. So it's pretty cool. So like I said, all our stuff is tested to run in extremely heavy lit environments, and this is fantastic because this tells people what we're talking to and having conversations without doing business, is that we can go wherever we want to go. How fast can we make the project? These are questions that come up. How fast can we design it? How fast can we, is it tested? This is stuff that comes up. They have to know all our stuff is tested. Everything we have is tested. Everything, and we talk about the batch number verification policies, the ship back policies, they love all of it. Got to be the back stuff up. And how easy to apply? Very easy. That's why we got the new upgrades coming in. Pretty soon we'll be doing some demonstrations, allowing people to paint the screens on to show how easy they can go in and paint their home theater setup. If you look at the thumbnails, like I said, our thumbnails, our pictures, thank goodness that YouTube started allowing you to put pictures back in, because we had tons of pictures we wanted to show off. We can't really show them off on YouTube because it doesn't allow you to do it. But anyway, it just shows you that our demonstrations are different from everybody else. We could be outside and our images come up crystal clear, where white and gray screens don't even register. I have no idea why in the world where that started from, with the white and gray screen making statements that I guess they're counting on the projector. They must have been counting on the projector. They had to have been. because that stuff does not work outside at all, period. I know I've tested it. It does not work outside. And you don't pick up anything close to what you think you're picking up off your projector. You don't even come close. You're not even in the ballpark. Can't pick it up. Not seeing it. That's what the splatter screens are going to be for in the showroom. It's going to show the customers what they think they're getting, and then it's going to show what they're not getting. And that's why you're being told. If anyone ever tells you that you got to calibrate something, then you already from the door should know from the door that something's wrong. Especially if you sit up there with billions of colors attached to your projector, you should definitely see that red flag coming a mile away. If they tell you that you're on ultra sure throw, especially a projector that's sitting right on top of a screen, and they're telling you have to be in a dark environment or you're watching a demonstration in a dark environment, just a major red flag right there in your face. Right there. Because again, as I said before, they want to scratch out the whole terms of distance throw, so they can continue to lie about the ultra short throw distance. The ultra short throw doesn't have a distance throw at all. It doesn't exist for those projectors. So when you have a distance throw, if you look at the venue projectors, the reason why they have massive lumens on them, because those are sacrifice lumens. Because there's no way in the world, I don't care what you know about physics at the end of the day, there's no way in the world you're going to start off with 10,000 and end with 10,000. It's not going to happen. You're definitely going to be dropping lumens. The farther back your projector sits, the more light you have in the environment, the more lumens you're going to lose off your projector by the time it makes it from A to B. Say your screen has a minimum of 2,000 lumens it needs to pretty much to be to see an image. That means you're going to have to make sure that when your projector is traveling, how much light you have per square inch in the environment, and by the time it makes contact with the screen, you have a minimum of probably 3,000 or 4,000 lumens before you hit the screen, because you need 2,000 to actually get the screen to activate. Do they explain any of this stuff to y'all? Let me tell you something. I know they don't. You know why? Because I watch y'all. I watch your videos. Watch how you talk, how you explain things. You don't mention anything what I just said. Probably don't even understand what I said. That's why you don't see a distance throw videos on their account, because they don't know anything about the distance throw. They'll get ultra short throw and go, oh look, all projectors are going to operate like an ultra short throw. No, they won't. That's what happened to the guy in the soccer game. The other fellow kept using an ultra short throw over and over and over again in all his demonstrations. Oh, you're going to get this beautiful image. And then somebody got a long throw, same optimum, long throw, and his screen washed out. He had a better chance if he had taken the projector out and shoved it right against the wall. The image would have came up much better, I guarantee you. But again, smaller image and all that stuff. You need ultra short throw to do that. Yeah, we call them the cheap projectors. You see demonstrations where we're mainly using ultra short throws. You got a big wake-up call coming to you, especially in the dark with a machine that's kissing the screen. But anyway, yeah, no distance throw in there. So that's why venues have heavy amounts of lumens on them, due to the fact that the longer distance throw, more light you have in the environment, the higher the sacrifice feel as you losing your image as it travels across the environment to make contact with the screen. That's what happens. That's why you got a 10,000 lumen projector and you got an environment in there that has maybe about 30,000, 40,000. You got somewhere between 10,000 or even 500 lumens in that environment that can destroy a projector extremely easy. You have to basically figure exactly how many lumens you're going to lose in the process of traveling in that much light. So say you lose out of 10,000, you lose 6 on your distance. That's why they have the amount of lumens. But ultra short throw projectors don't have that problem, because ultra short throw projectors can take 3,000 lumens and be a foot away from the screen and hit a surface. That's why when I see ultra short throws in dark environments, I start laughing. Because again, you should be operating there with no problem whatsoever. And then keep in mind, it's not the projector's fault. No, the projector's fault at all. That's just a knockoff, then it is the projector's fault. But if it's not the projector's fault, it's the screen. The screen should be able to read it. At 3,000 lumens in a foot? Oh, heck yes, you should be able to read that. That's why I said when I see ultra short throws in the dark, and I'm watching a movie reflect off your white chassis or black chassis you have, I laugh my head off. Why are you in the room that dark? I send messages to them all the time, like, why are we in dark environments? I send them links. Can you do this demonstration right here in a fully lit environment, lighten up the environment? And I get the same nonsense over and over again. The excuse, well, you know, projectors were meant to be used in ambient light controlled environments. Well, that's funny. You got an ultra short throw. You're trying to pass that off as a TV. I have never bought a TV a day in my life and heard somebody say, well, you have to use a TV in like an ambient light environment. You ever heard that one before? Never, ever, have you? All right, then why you have a projector in the same environment as all the other projectors? It's supposed to be ultra short throw. It's supposed to operate like a TV. This is the reason why I can go into forum sites and I can get companies to break down and tell me exactly what their machines do. Because I got Valva to confess and GM Go. I got both of them to confess. I got them posted on my site. It's my trophy at the end of the day because I know my stuff. See, people who do fake demonstrations, what they'll do is they'll support those projectors because they know the masses will be on those projectors and therefore they'll support that nonsense farther than those scams those companies are actually producing. Like Valco, whatever they call that projector at the end of the day. That projector right there alone is a scam. You know, it says right there that basically, if you look it up, whatchamacallit took them to court. So that's why I said, at the end of the day, cameras can't read on these things. Very difficult kind of reading on them. Let's see if we can bring light in here. More light in here. Maybe that'll discourage. Yeah, we have to actually bring more light in the environment to this works. Oh, it's transparent. Transparent. You know, is that thing? Yeah, it is transparent. It's a transparent technology. It's ad tech. All ad techs are transparent. Light travels back and forth to them all day long. That's what they're designed to do. Gee, well, this thing generates a ton of light. This is why you can have anywhere we want. But this right here, new coating we have. This, getting back to our insane coding over here, because I do like to come on here and educate the people who make those products at the end of the day. This is why I make statements when I say you can't catch up to us. You know, I got 4 more under the desk I'm about to show off next week. This is some new technology we've been working on. We got out of AdTech. Gee, this is really going to be rough. Yeah, there we go. I told you, you got to brighten up the environment for these things to work because, again, the light, yeah, they're really super bright. Cameras have issues picking up on them. So right now, we're at 24,000 lumens in the ceiling right now, and the projector we're using is our QME 300 lumen projector. And you see how well lit the desk looks, right? I'm curious about something. Where's my remote control thing? Don't lose that thing. You'll never find it. Let me see. Break it down again. I need to. On the far in the last one? What's the last one? Last one. Not a projector sitting in eco mode. So I just switched over to eco mode. That's why the screen went dark. Watch when I come back in. I'm gonna hit it again. Come on, be nice. That's what I like about these little remote controls. Now watch when I hit it again. Watch the screen dim. It's in eco mode. What is this projector at eco mode? 300 lumens now. We're at 300 lumens. 24,000 of LED light, overhead lights sits over top of us, and our projector now sits in eco mode at 300 lumens. Mine, they operate at 50 lumens easily. This is why I explain at the end of the day, when I make these statements, that our technology is way, way, way beyond anybody else's. We got 300 lumen in eco mode. What's this projector in 300 eco mode? Now I gotta look this up and try to figure out what this is. We need to have all this posted. So this is the technology we're going to engineer. We're going to make sure these projectors work on these small little Pico units, because these small little Pico units are fantastic for the desk. Why? Because they're not big and bulky projectors, they make a lot of noise, they don't generate a ton of heat, they're small, they're portable, take them where you want, and that's involving flex technology. That's one of the flex screens. As you saw in one of the demonstrations, we turned one into a lava lamp. We just basically curved it, which I'm actually going to be building now a stand. So I can curve it, it's going to have this lava lamp on my desk and jellyfish and whatever the heck I want. And I can take this projector and put this projector is in portrait mode to do it. So, consider the fact that I have never seen a demonstration, excuse me, with the lighting we have in our office right now and running a 300 lumen projector in eco mode. Which, you know, I'm going to find out exactly. Where's the other phone? I think it's way over there. What is eco mode? Wait, is this one running? I think this one should be running. There we go. I was on a site doing something. Alright, so I haven't seen the promo demonstrations. Yeah, we got a summer sale going on, and yeah, it is blowing up. Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it. As you can show, that we can show a ton of outdoor demonstrations because we are experienced in that field. Unlike other screens I've seen outside, yeah, they're all white screens. They're definitely not standing up to our technology. So, as you can see, you want your screens to look just like your cell phone. You don't want to be out there washed out images, discoloration, and all that. You don't want to be going through that crap at the end of the day. And on top of that, when you're talking about a barbecue, people want to watch the movie early. They don't watch it late. By the time it's late, you're tired. You want to go home. You got to go to work. The kids are probably asleep or running around because they're all hyped up. You want to go home. Nobody got the attention span to sit there and watch an hour or 2 hour movie at the end of the day. And you got the time for it. That movie needs to start early. And that's what that technology allows you to do. So you see what I mean? When I got people that are in these super dark environments up there with an ultra short throw, and I'm 15 to 27 feet from a screen outside, that's a big difference when it comes to ambient light projection technology and why black technology is more advanced. I'm on the desk right now in eco mode. You know how long these lamps are going to last me on eco mode? Everything here runs in eco mode. We don't run anything in actual power. No point. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of lamp power. It's just a waste of nothing. Let me see what we want to do here. Now, this one is colored. It's a color technology. We got another one coming in. We actually got 4 more after these that are color technology. Will be showing up pretty soon. And today, we're going to be getting ready to complete the full stage of the ultimate black. So we'll be showing that off today too also. And I gotta go run do something. I gotta be out in the streets getting stuff done. Look at the contrast levels below. That's my Comcast modem in the back behind it. Now, you're going to clear the water here a little bit here. Now, people say, well, you delete videos. I delete videos because I don't want them. That's why I delete them. I can back up everything I do. I can bring out technology all week long. I can challenge other people on how much technology you bring out versus us. How much of your stuff is tested versus us. How much outdoor demonstrations you got versus us. Visible technology, you name it, we do it. So, again, as I said before, I can drop an entire video, don't want to do it, don't like it, and bring another one right back up. And show you technology that nobody else on YouTube can do. Do I need to put out YouTube challenges? I'm literally thinking about putting out YouTube matching better. It's going to put a lot of stress on people. Because again, all those influencers out there, you're going to have a problem if you're sitting there trying to do a review on a projector. And we're firing up in fully lit environments on projectors that cost far less than what you're basically advertising on your channel. That's not going to look good for you. You really want a matching better. You don't want those. Trust me. They're nightmares for people. And if you want to question, because we have people try to come in and question what we do, all we do is like, look, you want to talk ambient light rejection? Here's a demonstration of absorber sunlight. Explain this to me. And they don't ever contact me back. Show me how we got 180 inch to produce in the ceiling. Explain it to me. They don't contact me back. We got an ultra short throw to run outside at 140 inches, but you're only supposed to do 100 inches. Explain it to me. They don't contact me back. Because all they know is old tradition. That's all they know. We're way beyond what they talk about on their channels. We're way beyond what they have. One of the guys came in and tried to say, oh, our colors are off. Are you kidding me? You really want to challenge that into a courtroom at the end of the day? We could beat any screen we come against. We do color patterns all the time. It's one of the demonstrations we do. Color patterns. Contrast levels. So to make that statement, you really want to carry that in court? Because I will walk into a courtroom over that in a hot second. You bring any certified screen you wish. And now this technology right here, we don't even have a rating on where it stands yet. It was just made today. And that's what it does already in eco mode on a 300 lumen projector. Don't see, the thing about it is, that individual, he tried to judge us on one screen paint. Dude, do you know how much stuff we engineer in a month's time? I engineer so much technology. If you were to research me in 1 year, you would lose your mind, or you couldn't keep up to what we do. That technology alone you're seeing right now, that color technology, there are multiple levels attached to that. It is far different than what you're seeing behind you over here or over here. We could change it. We've got contrast shifting technique. You can't even understand that. When I said somebody, they were like, what the freak? It's a chameleon? Everybody says chameleon. I said, no. When we lay the screen down, you see me walk around, it would have changed. It's not chameleon. They're still scratching their head trying to figure that one out. That's what we kind of like to do. We like to take people who think they know us, and we'll stick you on a shelf, and you sit there and try to figure it out while we basically just keep designing technology. And every time we design something, we'll stick you on that shelf. And you try to figure it out, and we'll stick you on the shelf. You'll never catch up to us. They still can't even figure out how 8s were able to develop. Like 8s were able to function outside, crystal clear. They can't figure out 8s were. We had some screen, I forgot what it's called, it was some kind of cinema, whatever. It was a screen that we developed that basically matched a 4K projector. So you do know that when we developed this technology, some of the technology is embedded in other technology we have here. If you don't believe it, go look it up on my YouTube channel. Check it out. My YouTube channel is huge. Go over there and check it out. Type in anything you want. It's in there. Get it up. Been there and done it already. That's why my 720p setups look better than those of you got 4K. Those of you got 4K are sitting in dark environments right now as we speak. Trying to calibrate your machines, your colors are thrown off. Can't turn your lights on because your screen washes out. The 2:1 contrast fails horribly. And yet I can do that demonstration and pick up images like this on projectors that cost far less than yours. Without ever calibrating, no dark environments or any of that nonsense. That tells you right there from the door. The money you spent for a projector was a big waste of time because you didn't spend all that money. It was not necessary. But it's not your fault. And the reason why it's not your fault because the industry told you needed that projector in order to get the image to work. That's the problem. They told you that they send these projectors. I mean, keep in mind, if you have a projector that has 1.7 billion colors, why are you calibrating that thing? What's wrong with it? It has 2:1 contrast. Why are you in the dark with it? Why? How come no one can turn that thing on in a fully lit environment showing me a star field? What's the problem? Oh, it's the screen's having the issue. But I thought the projector was supposed to be designed to fix the problems that the gray screen can't do. What's the problem? Because I don't see it happening at all, period. I want to reshoot that video of going on and showing our screen because I like that one, but I don't want to add anything extra to it. I want to keep it short and sweet. We go on, we see the screens, we show it up our screen. A couple of people liked it. We're going to be doing that one every week. I'm going to try to keep the ranting down to a minimum. But yeah, I'm definitely doing that one because that's going to put us definitely on the map on that too. We'll just take y'all demonstrations and I'm going to take my technology and use my technology to project what you're showing to show exactly what you can't do and what we can do. What better way to show it, right? So we're definitely going to be doing that one. Let me see. Where are we going to go with which one we want to use? That's the thing about it. We can use that one, or we can use that other one. We got that black technology. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But until then, eco mode. So I'm definitely going to be showing this off today in the forum site. Eco mode. And this is a lighting system over top of me. Wow. It's super bright in here. I can also feel the heat from the lamps. Mind you, At first, I thought it was the projector. The projector just kicks some heat, but it's in eco mode. The lights give off heat. It gets hot in here because things are on. Break it down again. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, if you've seen the gaming on the one behind me over here, oh my good, the gaming on there is sick. We're using 1050 graphic cards on a 720p projector, and the gaming applications are absolutely gorgeous. That screen right there behind you is a full transparent screen. You know, like LG's got that transparent screen. That's what we're actually competing against. I don't think this one lasts long. I've already been in the forum sites already. They've already seen the screen that we have over here. The problem with the LG, it can't show visible contrast. It doesn't work. It basically shows two screens. So one screen is the actual screen that you can't see through, and the other one is the one you can see through. But the problem is it has no contrast whatsoever. You still got to show a black level if you're invisible. How does it, I don't understand the concept of how that even works. That's why I was having the conversation with people who actually own TV. I was like, well, wait a minute. If you're watching Star Wars, if you're watching a movie and Darth Vader comes out, how does this outfit look if your screen can't generate a contrast level? I mean, you're right back to the era of white and gray screens. If you think about it, you're right back to the old CRT gray monitors we were going back to. So how does that work? But they see it this way. They see it because it's invisible. Contrast is not needed. Contrast is needed. That's why the image looks so bland. You show the fish moving back and forth, you just see walls and whatever behind that, and you don't see any detail to any of it at all whatsoever. Yeah. Our stuff is different. Our stuff is invisible black technology. We read everything that comes up. So if you want to look at the night sky, you can watch the night sky. We're doing some experimenting. We're taking two projectors and putting them over top of each other, and the guy was telling me it was the lumen counts that affected. And I figured out exactly the proper lumen count that was needed to generate two images at the same time. But we did it with projector mapping also too. We mapped out our border. We make the borders come to life with the projector mapping and push an image in the center of it. But your lumen count has to be different because if one overpowers the other, it cancels one out. So you have to know exactly what you're doing. So yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. But I'm pretty sure people will come online like, I can do this too. We can do it too. I hope nobody didn't make any statements at the end of the day about how they can make our products at the end of the day. Boy, you're going to have a bit of a busy schedule in front of you today. Are they making anything like us? Anybody over there making anything like us? Anybody claiming to just probably just shoot my videos and replaying them and saying, hey, this stuff doesn't work at all whatsoever? Don't worry about it. Every video you do like that is a lawsuit, just so you know. Since we already got the ball rolling on this lawsuit, anything you say about my products, I will challenge you in court. So you know. So if you think at the end of the day, oh, we can't, oh, yeah, we can. Yes, we can. Anything you say about me and my products, I'll challenge you in court. And if you can't get it right in there, it's not going to go well. It's a very nasty situation to be in. I'm going to sue you for a lot of money. I'm talking about $2,000 and $3,000. Heck no. So up there, 100 grand, 200 grand. Real serious money. So anything you say, I'll challenge you in court. And keep your mouth quiet. We already got people already going to be sitting in court going, but, Your Honor, I don't have that kind of, it don't make a difference. You shouldn't open your mouth. That's how it works. So then look at the new technology. Look at it. It's just developed today. We got the projector in eco mode. I've seen people do Pico projectors demonstration. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. The environment's super dark, number one. Those are people that are showing it off. They have it in a super dark environment. The other half that try to prove that they can do it, like on gray paint, which I've seen a dozen times, they'll have it on the bed. They'll have it in a dark environment. They won't show any contrast levels or anything whatsoever. And they definitely ain't putting that projector in eco mode. And I go, look. It does the same thing as any other screen does. No, it doesn't do the same thing, because the problem you have is you can't read the star fill. You don't read any contrast. How does that work? This projector right here is a 25,000 to 1 contrast at 300 lumens. How would you get this contrast to read in this environment? That's what it comes down to for the gray and white screen. How do you get the contrast to function in a fully lit environment? What about the dark colors? Can you get the dark colors to run? So if I contact your company and I say, hey, look, I'm in an office. We got 24,000 lumens in the ceiling. We're not buying any new projectors. I'm going to use my 0720p models. I'm not buying any high-end, none of that stuff. I'm not calibrating. I'm not sticking myself in an ambient-like controlled environment. How does your gray and white screen work in here? Are you going to advise me to spend more money for a projector to fix your problem? Or are you going to tell me that I got to go to different form sites and figure out how to calibrate my projector because of your problem? How are we going to fix it? Do I have to darken my environment in here because of your screen problem? Because this is your problem at the end of the day. It's not mine. How would it be my problem? It becomes my problem if I give you money and I buy your product. Now it's my problem. But, on the other hand, if I'm dissatisfied and you can't back that thing up, then it's your problem because I'm taking court for it. So, how are you going to get it to work? When I get a chance to go to some of these expos with some of these screens, I'm going to have something called a reality booth. A reality booth in there has low-grade projectors like we use. It's a maxed out, fully lit environment. Walk in there and set your screen up. And you're going to be requested to do 3 things: white level, color, and contrast. You would do this in comparison against a white surface. Show us where you can utilize your technology in that booth. There's no rehearsing. The projectors are not calibrated. You get none of that. You get no ultra short throws. You're at long throw. Would anybody be down to walk in one of those booths and set up? We can, because it's our booth. That tells you right there. We don't want to hear any excuses. No crap. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Well, you got? No, I don't want to hear it. How much money that thing costs at the end of the day? You spent all that money for that giant paperweight. You can't do anything with it. So, with that being said, yeah, we're going to put a booth in there like that. I dare any one of those companies to walk in there and set up. I bet you none of them go in there. It'll be a ton of excuses. Like what Iowa said at the end of the day, they said, well, screens would look better if we weren't plagued by the lights in the ceiling. And I was like, lights in the ceiling? Where? You're only freaking 18 to 20 feet up in there. How would that be touching your screen? If you can't operate in there, you can't operate in here. Or any other place we walk into. And then the screen that was 150 inch, which would be closer to the ceiling, they had it in a booth. They had it covered up. And when people walk in there, they don't ask questions. They're going to go, oh, okay, they just don't pay any mind. I'm a different type of person. I test stuff at the end of the day. I will go in there and ask you all the questions that raise nightmares at the end of the day for you. Because these are things you're supposed to know. Why is this thing sitting in the booth? Why is the screen gray? Why is the screen fuzzy? The screen came up fuzzy and he sat there and said, we got to wait for the firmware to update. Why the frick am I waiting for firmware to update on a projector? I just spent $5,000 for it. This doesn't require any firmware updates. None of the stuff we have requires firmware update. We don't have that problem. So what's going on? There you go. Look how beautiful that image looks right there. It's absolutely breathtaking. But that's what it comes down to. They wouldn't like me in their booth. They would hate me in there. They would hate my technology in there. My technology would put all their screens to shame. So we're welcome to ask you a question. Why is the 150 inch in a booth? Take the booth down. Why is it so dark in here? The other guy was showing us the demonstration. It was literally so dark in that booth. When I went to look into the hallway was super bright. The booth was dark. I couldn't even make out the side of the projector. That's how dark it was in there. Oh, look at that right there. Oh! You probably think at the end of the day, like, bro, you just made that stuff. How can you get into it? We do so much of this stuff, it's not even funny. You just see it for yourself. It does what it's supposed to do. That's the reason why when I go to meetings and stuff, I literally walk off from the meeting and go somewhere else. I explain everything there is, like, okay, there's blah, 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 blah. This is won't work. I don't have to be there to monitor it because I don't have to be afraid if a contrast level pops up. I got to remember to turn the lights out because my screen will wash out. We don't go through that crap. Just walk away. You're back there eating a bowl of cereal, having a conversation with somebody. If they need me, they can just contact them right there in the building somewhere. It does what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. Set it up, explain the whole entire thing, leave out pamphlets, and walk away. Go do something else. Check out their buildings. So they got walking around like that in the building. Maybe you can set up a screen there somewhere. Something cool. You know what I mean? Got a water fountain in there? We'll set up a screen in the water fountain. The screens are submergible. You know what I mean? You put them underwater. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying at the end of the day. That If your booth is rehearsed and your area is darkened, that tells me that your screen is going to fail next to ours. Oh, that's a 5% done in technology, so you know. It's only 5%. It's early stage, extremely early stage technology. I'll tell you something. The day that I went out there to the carrying place, and the day I saw the ad tech absorb that light like that, I already knew the possibility that technology was going to have was going to be endless. It was going to change the game from the door. And that's why you got people who hate us but want to be ad tech at the end of the day. Or they hate us but don't put ad tech on their page. And we got ad tech. Well, we can't stand it, but we got ad tech. We know you guys want to be us, but you can't be us because you don't know what ad tech is. That's why you put out fake dates, never finish them, stuff like that. Put fake stuff on your website, never finish it. Because what happens when you put fake stuff on your website, people contact them and say, hey, you got this stuff at the end of the day? Make it for me. And you can't make it. Because you'll have to match to some demonstrations we do. You'll have to do the matching better. So if I'm out there firing up screens outside with sunlight piercing them back and forth, they're going to expect the same thing from you. And if you can't pull that off, they're going to see that you're nothing but a fake at the end of the day. You sell them something that has that name attached to it, they're going to expect to do the same thing our customers do and we do. And if you can't do it, you got a chargeback coming to you. Or a PayPal complaint. So you can't copy us because it'll cost you money. Make you look bad. And that person will put a review against you and say, yeah, this guy was copying Mr. Bird and the product didn't even do anything that his product did. Rip-off artists, that's what they're going to call you. Oh, the crashing people, the crashing. Why must we always do the crashing? With the crashing, in the crashing, more crashing. I like saying crashing. Look at that. We got the paint right here. We got the new technology here. Boom! We have all our screen paints are terrified of. I bet you, I guarantee, I bet you $100. That paint behind me, the alternate black, they're going to cry like there's no tomorrow. You know the biggest crier? They're going to be crying, but they can't cry about this because they don't even know what it is. They don't understand it. Go ahead, gentlemen. I'm expecting a lot of crying. I'm expecting it. You better not disappoint me. You better not disappoint me. I want to see the crying. I want to see the tears. I want to see the drinker of the haterade. The haterade. Haterade and tissues. I expect nothing less. I want to see the crying. You're going to see lots of crying. Watch. Right now, they're itching right now. They're probably posting pictures of the inside of my office and stuff. All these products are fake and not real. Don't make a difference. At the end of the day, I'll see you in court. Gentlemen, we don't care about that. You can post all the pictures you want. You know why? Because you're going to go to court for you and sued. And the more stuff you, man, this fraud against my business. That's spreading false rumors. That's jail time right there from the door. So I'm good with it, 100%. Knock yourself out. I know the anyhow your life's going to end up at. So I'm good. But meanwhile, I'm going to come out here and keep showing my technology. I'm going to be all different sites showing my technology. I got people backing my company at 1%. I can back myself up any day of the week. You can't. So go ahead. Look, put it this way. You're paying me twice. You're going to pay me when I get you in court. Because you're definitely going to pay through the nose. And you're paying me because every time you complain and cry about my products, what do? They come see me. And they see demonstrations like this. Then they go back and look at your stuff and you're sitting in the dark. So you advertise and you work for me. When you get to court, you're going to pay me again. Those payments are a little bigger. Till then, we have another technology we're going to be showing up tomorrow. And another one actually today. This one I'm still playing around with. And man, the projectors in eco mode, that is really crazy. Oh yeah, I forgot to get that. I gotta get that. What is a QME2 in eco mode? Well, that's good to know. We ain't gotta freaking burn those anymore. The other projector, the 50 lumen, doesn't have an eco mode setting, which I wish it did. Alright, so that's good to know. Let me see, QME2, oh, wrong keyboard. QME2. See, they're mad at the end of the day because, look, Mr. Bird's got a plan. And my plan is to develop technology that anybody can afford. And they don't like that. They're mad about that. They'd rather continue ripping people off Much like the Pharisees tried to basically condemn Jesus because Jesus was doing something good. No, I'm not comparing myself as being Jesus. Never will be that person. And I'm happy to be a servant any day of the week. Just in case if these people try to get it all twisted up. Be careful about things you say. Remember, I remind you, very things you said are happening to you now as we speak. So, as I said before, the same thing Jesus went through. Jealousy. And that's what it is. It comes down to jealousy. When we're working hard to try to make products that other people can use outside, inside, whatever, you see the comparison of my customers versus theirs. My customers' demonstrations look better than the people that are actually trying to sell paint. So with that being said, and I showed you our on-site demonstrations we're doing with all the lights on. Yeah, there you go. But anyway, it's jealousy. You want people to continue to buy your rip-off fake videos and demonstration products. That's what you want people to do. You don't like the fact that when we come on here, we raise the bar for you. We make you work. We make people question your product, and you don't like that. So what do? You try to figure out a way to discredit me, much like they did Jesus. They try to discredit him. They try to make him look like that he didn't know what he was talking about, that he was a fool at the end of the day. They try to make themselves look good, and that's what you did. And what was the outcome of that? It didn't go well, did it? Nope. He still accomplished what he was supposed to do. He still got the job done. So I see it that way too. You guys want to continue selling your fake, phony products at the end of the day and try to discredit my work. I've been here long before you've been here. My relationship with God has been here long before I even had my company. You know nothing about me at all in any way whatsoever, and you think you know me when you really don't. Until then, I keep developing amazing technology that you can't even understand. And even though the things you try to steal, you can't even take because it's not your blessing, it's mine. See that right there? This is all $1 million technology. I'm going to be super ultra rich. And you, on the other hand, are going to spend the rest of the remainder of your time in a prison system. And you're going to owe me a lot of money in the process. That's for your future. You know, it's interesting, and all these people I've met that all have the ability to put my technology anywhere it needs to go. I actually bumped into somebody who does charity work and works with the city. And that's fantastic. That's exactly what we're hunting for. Because now it shows that the money that the Lord has blessed us to be, we're going to be able to channel it where it needs to go. So there's all these organizations of drug programs and after-school programs for kids. And it's a nice long conversation with this lady, and I talked about all the things that I want to do for Allentown, and hopefully outside Allentown, that we want to fund all these programs to help people out. So if you think your jokers at the end of the day are going to stand in the way of God's plan, it's God's plan is bigger than just screen paint. It's way bigger than screen paint. So what he's got planned for us and what he's helping us develop this technology for and what we want to do with it and the money we're going to basically push that money back into the system to help people out, these jokers want to get in the way of that. It's not going to happen. You can't stop God's plan. Let me explain something to you naysayers at the end of the day. Do you have any idea how many people have tried to take my life at the end of the day? How many people have tried to hurt me on so many different levels you couldn't even imagine, even understand. And guess what? What my Lord has planned for me, no man and no demon could stand in that way of it being done. Nobody. I'm still here. I lived in one of the most extreme, most violent neighborhoods in North Philadelphia, Strawberry Mansion, 1980s. The worst neighborhood you can ever live in. Highest death count. People got murdered down there like there was no tomorrow. And we survived that neighborhood. I survived everything in that neighborhood. Even being incarcerated, even being locked up and locked in almost 9 years of my life, I survived all of that. I've survived diseases that could have easily killed me, lost my vision at one point, ended up with a rare lung disease, all kinds of stuff. I survived all of it. To be here today to do what the Lord told me to do. And I'm going to do what he tells me to do. I'm going to take my company, I'm going to push it as far as it possibly can, I'm going to accumulate great wealth, and I'm going to take that money and I'm going to push that right back into the system to help other people out. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. So go ahead, make your campaigns. It means nothing to me at the end of the day. We'll take you to court. My Lord will seek every one of you out. We'll find you, we'll put you for a judge, and we'll take everything from you, even your freedom. So my plans in my life have already been mapped out. It's bigger than screen paint. Way bigger than that. When we get out there and we represent our company, when we get out there and we represent the technology we have, Everyone will know that comes across from me that all our technology came from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. All glory goes to God. We don't get the glory. All of it goes to God. And they will all know that all this technology came from Jesus. And mind you, I don't even have a degree in chemistry. No background, chemistry background, no background in PCs, nothing. All that was given to us by God. So all that wealth we're going to accumulate, all that wealth is going to go in to helping other people out. Of course, I'm going to need some of it to run my company and stuff like that, but I'm a simple man. I don't need expensive stuff. I mean, a toy train makes me happy at the end of the day, which I did buy myself a toy train. Yeah, I bought myself a Lino toy train. Actually runs through the house. I have two of them. One of them has a flatbed bay on it, so Taco can sit on it, but he refuses to because he's afraid of the noise of the train. He'll be used to it. But anyway, he fights it, but he won't sit on it. But anyway, yeah, I got big plans. I got big plans. I'm getting my apartment complex. I'm building it. I'm getting this. And hopefully other companies see what we're doing by making these apartment complexes that are more for the people. I mean, you're going to make money regardless. Why be greedy about it? I can never understand it. I think that's the reason why I went to the apartment. Because, again, I didn't know what it was like to be in one of them. And I got that experience. A lot of things I would definitely change if I don't want an apartment complex. And one of the things is soundproofing the floors. You have any idea how much of a peace of mind you could give to somebody if you just soundproof the floors? It's not an expensive process. I looked into it. It's not very expensive at all, soundproof floors. Very, because the kids can run upstairs all they want, back and forth, make all the noise they want. You ain't going to hear it. You can play your music as much as you want. They can't hear it. You got no people getting in arguments and fighting back and forth. Now, after that ring cam nonsense, people now want to walk out people's ring cams and all that nonsense, I would say you get a warning, and after that you're taken out of the building. Because I'm not tolerating that nonsense at all, period. That's crazy. But you got to put those rules in place, and you got to put that right there in bold writing, with the ring camera policy that you're going to have in there. Violate one of them, yeah, that's going to be an automatic eviction from the unit. But anyway, yeah, mine are going to be set up real nice. They're going to be designed with solar power, which I love to get into basically at the end of the day, because again, there's no bills, there's no electricity, none of that stuff. You have to pay and stuff. It's got free internet, not that cheap internet. Me and me, a person, I'm a tech guy, there's no way we're going to have slowdowns in that place. And one of the things I love the most, the month of December is all free rent. So you don't pay any rent for the month of December. Why? Because December is a really rough month for people to pay. It is. It really is. Now, blessing for me, I've never had a problem with December, ever. Because again, my Lord takes care of us. But there are people who do struggle in December. Mind you, you got kids at the end of the day. I don't have any kids. So you got kids to pay for their stuff. You got things you want to pay for other people at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You got decorations and all the stuff you got to buy. And then on top of that, you got to turn around. You got to basically got this rent bill coming up and utility bills coming up. That can be a freaking headache. So, yeah, we're going to get the month of December for free. How would that hurt? You see the stuff we engineer every day? That wouldn't bother us at all whatsoever. So why not? That means my buildings would constantly stay free. We would not want to rent from somebody. At the end of the day, you can't hear anybody over top of you, so your upstairs professional neighbor can't hear you, you can't hear them. And for those people saying at the end of the day, well, what if a person has a problem in the unit? There's the emergency unit button right there where they can hit. First responders would be there. No time at all. I did all the research, and since basically I know people in zoning and license inspection, yeah, I got all that information from the door. As a matter of fact, I got zoning and information on basically food trucks. I didn't know all that went into work, but now I'm researching that now. I know all I need to know. A lot of people over there I know to give me that information. I educate myself before I just jump into an adventure. But yeah, we have this emergency responders can get access to the units. So if anything happens. But other than that, yeah, it's going to be a nice secure. I definitely want a nice garden, a beautiful garden. The garden is very important because when people, sometimes, if you're in an apartment, you know, sometimes some people don't want to be on their balcony. Some people want to be in a nice little garden setting. They want to be outside, but they don't want to be outside. They want to be in a safe area, but they don't want to be outside. We're going to put a nice community park in there. It's going to be for the tenants. And of course, since I like landscaping, at the end of the day, I can go in at my buddy's going to have a bar with design, all kinds of cool stuff in there. I want sitting areas in there where we can sit down and they can relax, drink tea out there, or some beverages or whatever. I want to make it a nice little community, but it's a Christian community. That's what I'm doing. Everything we have is dedicated to God. Everything we're doing, you'll see an emblem that says right there, either powered by God technology or all glory goes to God. If you don't like it, and that ruffles your feathers, don't buy. One of the things you have to understand about this field, and also to being a Christian at the same time, is that the devil will come in and tell you dumb stuff. He'll say it to you the other day. When I first started off, the devil said, don't put God in this. If you put God in this, people won't buy from you. People will be turned off because you mentioned God. You know how backwards that is? That's how we got the technology. We got the technology through God. So let me get this straight. So I get the technology through God. I'm going to continue praying to him and asking him to give us knowledge for new technology, but I'm not going to give him the glory for it. That's about as backwards as backwards, and the devil's a backwards individual. So yeah, we gave the glory to God. And our hand was blessed. We continue to give the glory to God. And I have people that I've done business with will tell me that, hey, we don't want you mentioning God anymore in any of your demonstrations. And I just said to them today, well, guess what? I gotta go. Goodbye. And I leave. That's the end of it. We're done. Actually, it's in my contracts that I designed. We don't sign other people's contracts. You have to sign our contracts. Within our contracts and our guidelines, we're going to tell you that we are Christians. We support God 100%. If you don't like it, this is an automatic termination of your contract. We don't support those things. Within, if you advertise, any beta tester that advertises their stuff, if you advertise pornography, if you advertise animal abuse, anything violent, anything that goes against our rules and regulations, you'll be sued in court for it. Now, thankful, our Lord, at the end of the day, this is how amazing God is. Whatever you need, God will bring it to you. So Christians, at the end of the day, don't ever sell out to the devil. Don't ever sit there and think that if I do it God's way, I'm not going to make any money. God will bring people your way that will support your business, support your company, get you everywhere you need to be at the end of the day. That's what he's going to do. Never sell out to the devil. And I had many people that I bumped into who sat there and told me at the end of the day that your product would go farther and you stop talking about Jesus and stop talking about this, but you're just turning people off. Then you just told me who you are. You're Satan, because Satan doesn't like to talk about the Lord. Kimmy Projector 2. What is the eco mode? Oh, 300 lumens. 300 lumens. 300 lumens. Yep, we put all trust in Jesus. We put everything with Jesus. And if people don't like it, then you don't buy my products. You don't like what I say, you get off my YouTube channel. No, I'm not selling out. I'm not going to do that. Let me see. Kimmy 2, 3 of them. Eco mode? Eco. What's the eco? Eco mode. What's the lumen count? Not doing it. I can see right now some of these meetings are, Mr. Burr, you don't understand. You don't understand. Bye. We're not having a conversation with you. The minute you say something like that, it's a turn off for me. There's no way to talk me out of it at all, period. There's no way. You end the contract that fast. I couldn't care how much money you have sitting on the table. I'm not selling out to God. I'm not selling out. I'm not going to do it. And the minute you said, the minute you stated you made it, it is it. We will never, ever, I mean never, ever come near you ever again. Ever. So it's something you should never say around me. If you're doing business and you make that statement, we'll drop everything. Within my contracts, we can cancel out everything. So it's in there. It says it in the contract. Violation against our Lord and Savior and our religion beliefs gives us the ability to be able to terminate everything right on the spot. Now, you may not be a believer of God at the end of the day, and we'll do business with you at the end of the day, but you'll never ever tell me at the end of the day that I'm dropping my cross to follow money. I don't care what deal you pick up at the end of the day. You can forget that. We'll kick rocks. Not about that life. What do we got? 300 lumens. What are we dropping at? I need 300 lumens. What's the specification? Projector center between 2 grades. They're going to give me what the lumen count is. Give me what the lumen count is. The 300 is lumen count, but I'm going to eco mode. I has what? This is Kimmy 2, right? Yeah. Oh. I was wrong about something. It doesn't have 25. Technically, this projector has a 10,000 to 1 contrast capability. Oh, am I trying to get the right one? I got a QME2. This is a QME2. I'm going to look mine up. Mine said 25. I'm going to look into this. I know it's going to have 10,000. Doesn't mean jack to us anyway, because the 10,000 can't read on a gray screen or white screen anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah. Can you get that out of the way, please? We don't need that. Let me just see exactly. What's it? Eco mode. It sends you 65 watts of power, which is fantastic. Vertical only. Yeah. No, we do it. We can actually get it and do it. We're tilting the projector up. Calculated distance. So that's fantastic. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, we need to find out the projector lumen count. What's the lumen count equal mode? Okay, let's see. Give me two. Let's see. What's the equal? Whoa! Do you know what the lumen count is on this thing right now? So QMEs, when they're in eco mode, they're at 60 lumens. This thing is operating at 60 lumens. Wow, that's a massive drop from freaking 300. That's impressive. We're picking up at 60? I mean, we pick up at 50s on the other one. Wow! That is crazy! Yeah! And we're in this well-lit environment, and we're at, this thing's at 60. That's my projector right there. QME2 pocket projector. Right there. Let's see. QME2. Key features. Connectivity. Brightness. That's 3,000 lumens of brightness. I'm not 3,000. No, sorry, 300 lumens of brightness. Let me see. Why did they just put it right there in the middle? You can see it there. I gotta go do all this. It doesn't have fan noise. Fans beef up when they're dealing with the system overheating. That's why I'm building a port for my unit, a box port for it with the fan system to draw out more heat out of it. There we go. Okay, eco mode drop brightness, 60 lumens, regardless of the presentation. This is usual because the eco mode drops brightness by fix. Okay, that's why it drops it a lot. Look at this. So, I don't know, you can't see that. Not from where we're at. We gotta come over here. Ugh. Alright, so. What did we hit? This is my projector right here. Bum, 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 bum. Eco mode drops brightness to 60. 60 lumens. That's a massive drop. For those of you saying, clean my screen, no. My screen just stays the way it is because it's a work screen. It's not my screen. Screen's a work screen. But anyway, 60 lumens. Why is it when you try to move your stand around that it will hook on every freaking cable you have underneath of you, regardless? It'll just hook on cables left and right. Like the stand and the cables are all magnetic. So we're in a fully lit environment. This is where my projector's sitting at right now. We're in eco mode on this projector. We're at 60. And the screen's transparent, which means there's light passing back and forth through the screen. This new stuff is impressive. This is the new technology we just developed today. It's impressive that it can do this. Hold on for a minute. We got to go here. There's some areas we need to go. We can get it off the colors. Okay. Hold on. Let's just not look great. Red screen. Bum, 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 bum. Do I got a wire hooked around me? Always have a wire hooked around my feet. So I can hook around my feet, I can hook around his feet. Jack him up. Jack him up. Let's know, let's know, let's know. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This is gonna hurt, so you know. I told you it's gonna hurt. Gray screen ain't gonna register next to that thing. Ain't no way in the world. We're at 60 lumens and eco mode. The 60 lumens in eco mode, this is what it looks like on a QME projector next to a gray screen. And I already had this argument. I already had this argument in the forum site with a bunch of people in there. It was like, well, so and so, blah, blah, blah. Look, here's the deal. Somebody shut all this nonsense up. Let's go to court over it. And nobody want to talk about court. Why does no one want to talk about court? You're making these claims now. All these claims that you're making about this product is consumer fraud. So let's go to court and let's do this. Now nobody wants to talk about it no more. They don't want to talk about the contrast. They don't want to talk about the color level. We don't want none of it no more. All right then, put your money where your mouth is. Don't talk trash at the end of the day. I can't stand people talk trash. Back it up. Let's go to court. Just when all these people sit there and say at the end of the day that I talk a lot of nonsense, no, I back it up. I'm backing it up right now. Let's go to court. Why am I the only one saying it? Ain't nobody else saying this to me? No one else is saying this to me. No one's saying, hey, let's go to Mr. Yeah, okay, let's go. What's the problem? Is your stuff work or it doesn't work? Do we have to forcefully take you to court? Do you want one of those? You don't want that crap at the end of the day. Now you have to go. So, if you're talking about your product reads a 100% contrast level, it picks up perfect colors, it has ambient light rejection technology, it works on pico projectors, that's a lie. It works on venue projectors, that's a lie. It works on ultra short though, it's a lie. Heck, light gray screens are not even supposed to be on 4K and 1080p. Everybody knows that one, apparently these people don't. Your stuff does not work at all, period. Gray screens, it's an obsolete screen. The only reason why the white screen is worth its weight in gold, because people paint over them. That's why. There's no way in the world I'm painting over a gray screen. It's money that costs me, and that's more than a white screen. Blue screen. Blue screen. Blue screen. Blue screen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's technology was just made. It's a 5% technology. It's on a 60. It's on 60 lumens. Eco mode at 300 lumens is at 60 lumens, and we're in a maxed out environment, and the gray screen is not even reading. So you know, white service is going to do horrible. Oh my goodness! I'll have to be over there today on the site with them. Oh, the crying we're going to receive. We're going to see so much crying over this. People, I'm going to tell you right now. Naysayers are in the room with us. We are going to hear so much crying over this. I'm going to keep y'all busy. We got all this technology, right? I'm going to put all your stuff against gray screens. That's what I'm going to do. All of my stuff against gray and white screens. I'm going to keep you crying. All right? I'm going to keep you crying. I got to get a box of tissues. I'm going to go buy some tissues. I got to go buy some tissues. I'm trying to keep it chill, but I know they're going to be crying. I can feel it. I can feel it crying right now. I can feel the YouTube channels popping up. Them talking like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's doing. Since the person don't have a website anymore, and basically his product has matched house paint on a number of occasions, we basically can't back up his product on any level whatsoever. Yeah, okay. He sat there and said, my honest, you can believe me, my honest opinion, but sat in the apartment and lied to his followers and told them that he moved when actually he was in the same place the entire time. All right, yeah, that's a different person to trust. Let me see. Oh, man. That is awful. Let's go with slow color changer. That's why I told you a gray screen is a waste of money. I start to work in there for you. Let that read for a minute. We're at 60 lumens. How can't they get 60 lumens to run? The screen is far lighter than ours. Why can they get 60 lumens? Why can the bright colors not work? We used to get that all the time. We used to do demonstrations, and we would go white levels first to set them up for the serve, and you would see our screen come up like a slightly little darker, and everybody would pick up these really high white levels. And man, that was one of the most funnest demonstrations to do. And they'd be all, talking all this trash, because we leave the mic open, let them run their mouths. And they'd be talking all this trash like, yeah, your screen's going to fail. It didn't pick up bright colors, you know what I mean? It didn't pick up white levels, so your screen's going to come out too dark, unwatchable. Yeah, you don't even know what you're talking about. That tells me at the end of the day that you do not know, for the people who talk trash, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know jack. That's why I did that demonstration like that. So they came in the room, and when our screens pulled up the better reds, blues, and greens, darker screens read better color, not lighter screens. If that was the case, where's the lightest screen that you could buy? White screen, right? So that means white screen pulling up the highest white level of any other surface means that it would have to have the better color. When white screens have the most poorest colors because they can't read the contrast levels which is needed to generate color. The heavier your contrast levels, the better your color. But you're still going to have to maintain a white level balance. You don't know jack. I had to say this to them in the room. Oh, they just all left. They were so ticked off. Yeah, you don't know jack. You don't know Jill. You don't know the hill. You don't know the pale. And heck, if Tumblr after was a real person, you don't know that person either. You don't know anything at all, period. Close your eyes. What do you see? Nothing. That's what you know. Gee whiz Louise, where did you get that from? Who was coming up with this freaking dumb shenanigan nonsense? Let's go to Starfield. This is the one they hate the most. They can't stand it when I say Starfield screensaver. I can see why it sounds like Garfield. They hate this. This is their nightmare right here. Because I've been asking for over 10 years? No, I think over 6 years? Roughly 6 years. 6 years to do this demonstration in fully lit environments. And not just try to squeak by and do some fake demonstration. Do it in every single demonstration. Every time you come on YouTube, display that Starfield in a fully lit environment. Got those big windows over there. Move that freaking green bookcase and stick that thing over there and switch your whole entire living room around so that screen is sticking to that window. We won't do that, will we? No. Pick the darkest part of the apartment to stick the screen in and darken that little cave back there and then lie to people at the end of the day. Whoa, that's going to catch up to you soon. Here we go, Starfield. Oh, look at that. The gray screen has failed. It has failed. Of course it's failed. It can't read contrast. It can't read it. It doesn't have the capability to do it. That's just going to happen. It can't read and pick up contrast. Bum, bum, a little bit of magic. Bum, 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 bum. Whoop-de-doo. Sorry. It's all stuck in my head now. Stuck in my head. It was somebody was singing some crazy song and it got stuck in my head like, snap. This is going to be in here for a while. Yep, I just finally got one of them out of there. I'll repeat the same thing over and over and over again because I'm so, that song, whenever people were singing that song got stuck in my head. This is not going to be good. This is going to be in here for a while. Oh yeah, by the way, this technology can actually alter your screen's color. All ad tech has that capability. Oh, you thought the black screens only do that? Oh no. They all have it. This technology will obsolete your gray screen. And a projector is only using 60 lumens right now. Fully lit environment, and it can basically turn your screen color nasty. Now you see how bright our white levels are pulling up next to the gray screen? So, the technology we have here, the future technology, is designed to obsolete you. Any gray screen, you don't make a difference. I don't care if you're certified, I don't care if you're high-end, gray screen, I don't care what you are. It'll obsolete your stuff. So now I gotta go to the forum sites, and I get to bring them the punishment. Because what I'm going there with this. So they can go, oh my goodness, what do you have today? I would suggest you leave the room now. It's not going to be good. It's going to be absolutely brutal. White screen. Oh, do you really want to go down this road? Do. Isn't that cool? See, the black screens only do it. No. The black screens do it, yes. But any of the ad techs, every single one of them were designed to obsolete gray screens. To obsolete gunmetal screens. Obsolete everything. I told you this in the garage, that when the AdTech launches, it's designed to wipe everything out. This is our level of white versus a gray screen. And that technology is only 5% completed. The one behind you is 50. The one I got behind me is only about 15. Oh, the weather outside is snowing. Do-do, 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 do. Do-do, 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 do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Now, you never heard of this one before, have you? I heard the song, yeah. But you never seen this technology before, right? First time I was showing it to you, right? So, consider the fact, to people who hate us a bit, let me explain something to you. Remember I told you, I said, never worry about what you can see. Always worry about what you can't see. So how many more of these do we have that's designed to take out your stuff? That's what you worry about. You can't discredit something you've never seen before, right? The only way you can try to discredit it if you see it. That's the only way. So what about the 30 or 40 more of these? You can't. You don't know what they are. But you can see what they can do. There you go. That's their nightmare at the end of the day. That's why they cry so much. I'm gonna cry, 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 cry all day. I gotta get me a song. Oh, no. What's the song? Do you really want to hurt me? You really want to make me cry? All right, come on, Ken. Let's be nice. It's business at the end of the day. We know they can't catch up. We just do what we do. Let's just do what we do. That's all. Oh, man, I'm tired of people talking so much trash. City skyline. I expect better.
They say memories fade, but what if you could bring them back?
I'll find that video. I said that any screen that comes across AdTech will be taken down. It'll do things that other screens couldn't even think about. The gray screen, you're obsolete. When I get done flooding out here on every level, forum sites, everywhere we can go, we will display a gray screen and white screen everywhere we go. You'll be painted up on splatter screens everywhere, showing how advanced our technology is over yours. You're obsolete. What did I tell you about how technology works? Either you roll with it or get crushed with it. You should have been working hard to develop better technology, except you chose to ride that gravy train. Now you got a bigger apex. No, you gotta worry about that nightmare, but we got another one behind you right now, which is a screen painting. That thing is brutal. So we got to make a splatter screen. Great. Surface for a splatter screen. I gotta paint it white and gray or whatever. Let's make it gray. Let's do gray. White. Let's get a white surface out here. Let's get a white surface out here, Chuck. Let me get a white surface out here. Let's get a white surface out here, Chuck. All right, here we go. Let's get rid of the gray screen. Come on. We ain't pushing that much away. Let's put the white surface up there. Now, we're back in. Boom. There we go. Let me see. Okay, that's better. Yeah, sometimes our connection slows down. It shuts us out. All right, so as they're telling you at the end of the day that the gray screen is going to fix the solution of your white screen, that sits in the land of blah, 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 blah. As you see, it does the same thing. All right? Same thing. They can't keep anything any better. People, I saw the demonstration where somebody did the benefits, and we have it on our account because it did go missing on someone's account. They took it off. Hold on a minute. Slow color changer. They took it off their account, and they did the benefits of their product versus a gray screen, and they took the lights out. Slow color changer. Gee, what did they give us on this one? So that's what they did. They went in and they turned out the lights. Again, if you're showing the benefits of your screen, the benefits over a white screen would be able to operate in a fully lit environment. If you have to be in the dark when doing this, this is not the benefits. It's the downside. All right, let that run through it. I'll do something real quick. I'm gonna put this back over here. That's finished for the day. Hope my stuff is here early because I got some stuff I gotta take care of, which is very important. Let's see. Doing this one. 3 minutes about almost completed here. Well, that's funny. We're done. We're just about done. I'm almost finished. Oh, I swear, I am not pushing up that much air. I'm not walking around like I'm pushing up tons of titles. Do I actually push generate that much air? Probably do. But anyway. Let that run through. But simply, all in all, white screens don't generate jack. Gray screens give you a little bit of improvement over white screen, but again, it ain't jack. Our technology, far more advanced. Better contrast, better color, superior white levels. And then on top of that, for the fact, you're reading a 100% infinity contrast level. You don't need an expensive projector to do it. It requires too much in order to get this stuff to work. Too costly for this stuff. So you end up spending more money if you own a gray screen. And still, you end up with less of a performance rate on your screen. Let's get past this. Let's see, I need a snow level. 4K snow screensavers. See you again. 4K snow screensavers. See where our white levels pull up. Literally, didn't I just say snow screensavers? What did he give me? 4K snow screensavers. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? That's our white levels right there. Isn't that interesting? It is. We had a screen, AG47s. AG47s could generate white levels that were literally so high they can generate higher than a white screen. It had that capability. Just like the black technology behind we have right there, could generate a white level so high that it actually turns gray screen, that throws them off, throws off the color balances, all that stuff. It just wreaks havoc on them. But the AG47s was a silver screen. The reason why we developed it, because again, Seymour 81.3 is an extremely good silver screen, beat one of the screens. And I'm like, we can't have that. And we re-engineered it, and the screen matches, so we can't have that either. We need to overpower the screen. And this is where an AG47 came up, and that screen was able to turn their screens and turn a white sheet of paper darker. A silver screen could generate extremely high white level. What do you think sits in the black technology we have today? An advanced version of an AG47. That's why the black screens generate so high. That's why anytime we take a screen, we put more of that AG47, that coating we put in there, it allows the screen to generate higher white levels than the average screen. And soon, one day, once we finish the Omegas will have the ability to do exactly what an AG47 could do. Generate a white level higher than a white screen, but produce the ultimate black contrast level. That's when we have the perfect screen. It's kind of like you ever played some of those bosses, some of these games where, you fight this one boss and you would think, it would take everything you got. Literally, you just get destroyed, but it take everything you got. And you're thinking, I'm done. I can't do this game anymore. What could be worse than this? And you meet the final boss, and the final boss is freaking unheard of. You gotta be kidding me. It's like one of those games, you just get up and drop the controller and walk out the door, you're done. That's what Omegas do. Omega's a whole different type of class of screen. What you're seeing right here, Omega could easily take out. That's what's waiting for you. This is just the beginning. You have to build environments for that thing. I want to see where the solid white's coming on this. white screensaver. And this is the stuff you're supposed to be seeing. When people are showing off the screen, the paint screen, whatever, this is what you're supposed to be able to see. If they're not showing you this, if they're just skipping over to a bunch of colorful demonstrations, forget it. They're already, you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. Don't even know what you're getting yourself into. The white level, if it's super high, it'll affect the color and contrast. Red screen. But we need to be high enough that it generates the color level correctly. See? They don't explain it to you. I know they don't explain it to you. You know why? Because I actually listened to some of what they're saying in their videos. They have no idea what they're saying at all, period. A talking bird with a paintbrush would know more than they would. And I mean, not me, bird. I mean, B-I. Not B-Y-R-D, B-I-R-D. But maybe the spell is B-I-R-D. Larry Bird did. But anyway, yeah. They don't know what they're doing. Anything we breathe from higher than this, it's widescreen. They say that about every freaking movie now. It's the best movie you ever seen. It's the best movie you ever seen. It's the best movie you ever seen. It's the best movie. Any one of that sucks say the same thing. I'm done with Marvel. I can't do Marvel anymore. I haven't watched a Marvel movie since the game ended. That was it. When Stan Lee died, it was it for me. No more. All my collectibles, all my stuff sit in the storage area. I don't touch it, just stays back there. Can't bring myself to look at it. If he left his cameos on the movies anymore, I don't watch. You've seen us going haywire now. Some of the movies in it are horrible. Oh my goodness, the movies were horrible. That Spider-Man, World of Something Never Coming. What that crap was called? It was absolutely trash. He would have stood for that nonsense. You know he would have stood for that at the end of the day. Yeah, Black Adam was trash too. All that stuff was trash. And then I got this new one. Oh man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the difference in that. Look at that. I'm having fun over here. Alright, I'm done. I am finished. I gotta go take care of some business. What time we got? I gotta go. Phone that. It's all the way over there. I gotta take care of some business today. And I gotta make some phone calls. I got some serious phone calls I gotta make. The crying game. Do, 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 do. Yo, I told you about I got this friend of mine that you can literally hear him laughing. This time he was in the background coming up to the phone. He was like, cry harder. I was like, yeah, cry hard. Cry hard. He was crying over that. He said, yeah, but that's what they do. He knows they cry hard. Everybody knows they cry. Everybody knows. Every product we make, go to their site right now, go look around, you'll see nothing but stuff in there about us. They're just in there crying, man. They're gonna cry about this one, that black technology one. They're gonna definitely cry hard on that one. They're gonna cry hard, but they're gonna cry hard on this. And then when this one, we're gonna show up today too. They're gonna cry harder. Cry harder. Bam, bam. That is looking amazing, man. I like this, man. I like this stuff. This was pretty cool. All right, cool. We got our new technology. We got another one to play around with. Where's that black one at? Ooh, look at you, look at you. Ew. Ew, look at you. Go to the black one. Get rid of nice dark black one. Time to blow your mind. Time to blow your mind. So, what were you looking at in the demonstration? That's a black ad tech. That's a blue ad tech. That's green. That's why it's got the name Jade. But if you looked at it, you wouldn't think it was green. You think it's black because they look black. They're not. They're actually green. I thought I'd leave that out. I could explain that to you in the demonstration, but I said no. Let's not explain it to them yet. They're not ready for the true power of our technology. I like talking like that. That's fun. It's me than this. My personality is just who I am, like that fun. But yeah, that screen was green the entire time. They picked up the contrast, better colors, and all that stuff. I thought I'd show it to you last, you know what I mean? Blow your mind a little bit. Read at 60 lumens with no problem. This is AdTech. These are the different colors we're pulling out. Got a blue one, we got a green one. Pretty soon we got a red one coming out. The red one's actually cute. And I got a pink one coming out. Now my pink one that's coming out is like a, oh man, I wish I can show you this thing looks like. It's gorgeous. It's an absolute see-through crystal clear pink. They're the new versions of AdTechs we're developing. They're kind of like high fluorescent color screens, and you can see right through them, of course, but it's like high fluorescent pinks and greens and blues and stuff for your gaming setups to bring it more to light, to give them a more energized screen technology surface. That's what it's designed for. It's a whole product line we're working on, but we haven't showed it yet. That's why I said, naysayers, at the end of the day, never worry about what you can see. Worry about what you can't see. You would have never known about this, would you? Or this one, or that one. You couldn't hate about any of these if we didn't show you them, right? Yeah. So people, watch the haters. Crow 1176, Mr. Williams, all those different individuals. Watch them. Watch them cry on everything we make. Gentlemen, we're going to make you cry, 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 and cry some more, cry some more, cry some more, cry some more. Hey, over there, mad already. What does he mean by that? That doesn't make any sense. He's speaking in riddles. He's speaking in riddles. Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, I got some business to take care of. I got these new fluorescents. High performance flexes coming out pretty soon. I'll be showing those off, and I'm doing one for the GTA setup. I haven't decided which color. I don't know if I'm gonna do a high fluorescent yellow or maybe blue or something like that. I don't know. I think I want it in blue and pink because I want to keep it like the original Device City, but we are gonna have some little yellows in there, stuff like that. So you know, I'm expecting to cry about that. We get the stuff called Cinema Flow coming out. They're gonna cry about that. We expect crying on that. And don't disappoint me on the crying, okay? Don't disappoint me. Go do the whole thing, you know, weird stalking, taking pictures of me stuff. And, you know you get sued for all that anyway, but yeah. And just keep crying. Because, you know, every time you cry, you bring me business. So, give up the crying. Can you cry about the summer sale too, please? Because we got advertising. We're doing pretty good on it, but I could use a little more. So can you cry about that too? Because I would appreciate it, you know. And can you cry about my customers? Cry about that too. Cry about our office, cry about our country. Just cry about everything. It's what you do anyway. Just keep crying about it. You know, just cry about it. Thank you for the advertisement. We appreciate it. And for people that are coming to check us out after seeing they're crying, well, this is what they're crying about. Oh my goodness, easy. They cry. They cry so hard. They cry so hard. Why do they cry so hard? They don't know why. They cry so hard. I gotta find me a video about crying. A song crying. Oh, the crying game. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta go, people. I gotta upload a video and show some of our crazy stuff and say why we make them cry. Because y'all do. Look, y'all don't do anything different. Y'all don't show anything off. Nothing. It's the same old boring nonsense. I guys been seeing that screen at the same wall over and over and over again. We developed multiple versions of technology. Unbelievable. Remember invisible technology now. Again, y'all don't do anything, and then y'all quit, y'all fizzle out, y'all burn up, y'all fast, you give up. There's no way in the world would invest money in you guys. You can't even keep your businesses afloat. Why do you give money on somebody who can't even back it up, let alone and stand behind it? So again, as I said before, all you do now, this is your job now. Your job is not to make screen paint anymore. It's not to advertise. It's to get on your channel and cry about me. That is your job. And you bring people my way. You bring business my way. That's what you do. So, we expect to see you crying. I got this new stuff coming out. I want to see some crying on it. I got the summer sale coming out. I'm expecting to see some crying on it. Don't slack off. Don't disappoint me. Do your job. And at the end of the day, I'm going to sit there and be bothered by the fact you're saying my product is fake. Come on, man. I got so many people that own my stuff. I got more customers than you at the end of the day. Why in the world would I be worried about you and your little fake demonstrations? All you're doing is you advertise for me. You make me money. They come over and see what I'm doing. They're going to come back to you and say, well, how come you're not doing the same thing he's doing? What are you going to say after that? They're still gonna want you to back it up. You can say whatever you want. You still gotta back it up. You can't just run out of the mouth. You got to back it up. Got another person there canceling out states because they can't back up this product. You guys, at the end of the day, y'all make me money. Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe I might get you a gold watch at the end. All right. With that being said, I gotta go take care of something. I can't figure out what my phone is. Oh, it's over here. Customers, car, everything. Ugh. It kind of reminded me of Taron Owens from the Dallas Cowboys when he was crying over some dumb nonsense that was going on. Oh yeah, the news reporter said something about somebody on his team, and he got mad and cried on camera. He was such a drama queen, I swear. Good player, Tony Tyler. He was a good player. I don't get him wrong. The guy was an excellent, excellent player. He was. He has skills. He can play. But he's a drama queen. He cries all the time about every little thing. And he cried about the whole freaking, all the woman said was, about something about this happened or whatever, the phone, something went on. And I just like, I broke down and started crying. Tears was coming face, and nobody took my little voice away. Nobody. You guys remind me of that mess. You do. Or the guy on Bedazzled, where the devil was supposed to basically ask to be more sensitive, and she made him like super, super, super crazy sensitive. And when the sun came out, he started crying. You guys remind me of that. Mine, you're sending me letters like you got a crush on me or something. That doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't hurt us in any way. It just gives up substantial evidence to prosecute you in court and throw you in jail. That's what it does. It doesn't hurt us. It hurts you. But you're kind of like grown men sending letters to a man. It's kind of like you got a little bit of crush on you. So I just told people and everybody around that you have a crush on me, because that's what it looks like. And it looks weird. So that's what I told the police at the end of the day. You have a crush on me. Look at your YouTube account. My face is all over your YouTube account, inside of the building and all that stuff. And you're sending letters over here. That is stalking activity. So, yeah, we put down you have a crush on me. You're in love with me. That's weird. Showing pictures of my butt? Yeah, you're weird. You're creepy. That's weirdo. Like I said, I basically watch people paint all the time. I like watching painting videos. People paint anything. I like watching painting videos. I see butt crack all day long. I don't say to be taking pictures of it. That's just creepy, weird. And then have it on my page. Well, God knows what they have in their phones. All right. With that being said, new technology, easy crush on the gray screen, as always. That's basically about it. Anybody would sit there and say at the end of the day that's my gray screen wouldn't do that? You don't want to say that to me. That's the last thing you want to say. I will give you a challenge you're not going to like. You'll be doing all those gray screen paints out there. You can slide off a hardware shelf. I'll have you do those. You don't want to go near those things. Yep, you don't want to go through that, because I haven't put it away off camera. I've done some testing on y'all stuff. I know y'all stuff better than y'all know y'all. Y'all matched up a lot of stuff that you should not have been matching. So with that being said, you make a statement like that on YouTube and we find it, we're going to challenge you to do a paint challenge between. We got black on black demonstrations. We got tons of them. We do them every day. I got to do them on this one today. So we do them every day. So with that being said, if you take my black on black versus any gray screen out there versus how many gray screens they've done, you've done none of them. So we give you that challenge, you're done. And your company, quick. That is your product. Your product can't do what you're saying it can do. Now, if you're saying that, hey, it has to operate in an ambient light controlled environment, you told the truth. If you're saying it doesn't pour a black level, it pours a shade of gray, you told the truth. If you're saying that it requires calibrating and the color balance is fair, you told the truth. You can't go in there and tell them that you're picking up 100% contrast. You pick up a contrast level that basically operates brightly in a fully lit environment. You have ambient light rejection technology. You can't make that statement. You don't have that. If you did, I would have found one by now. Block the entire window on the Vivatech. Block the whole window. And they had a nerve to turn the blinds, to shut the blinds so light can push through. Even though we had the window blocked. And my buddy saw that like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Yep. What's he doing? Ooh, what you playing with? You playing with the chickie? Is that your chickie? Is that your chickie? Are you over there with the chickie? Get him the chickie. Oh, you wind it up for you? Here, I'll wind it up for you. Here. Wind it up for you. Here. That's his chickie. His toy chickie. You're not too battle with it. You battle with the chickie. You battle with a chickie. We'll go to it. And wait till it stops and then look. They don't mess with it. This is a funny cat. I said chickie. He's going to battle with the chickie. You doing battle with chickie? I heard him moving around over there. I was like, oh, he must be battling the chickie. Certain toys he won't touch. You won't go near them. And later on, he'll mess with them. But it comes down to this. Whether you like it or not, naysay, or anybody who makes a product, not just a naysay, anybody. Customer deserves better. If you can't make better, we'll obsolete you. That's it. That's what it comes down to. You see the technology we're developing over here? It's not designed to play with your screen. It's designed to take it completely out. You understand where I'm going at? I don't have time for no back and forth nonsense. Buy your product, take it down here, and it'll disappear. So, stay in your backyard, mind your business. We don't know you. Mention my name, your company won't exist anymore. Mind that technology you just saw wasn't even black. It says jade in the title, man. It's a jade screen. It's green. It can read a contrast level far better than a white screen. It has a shifting technology embedded into it that allows it to read much better than your gray and white screen. It doesn't even carry the same category as a gray and white screen. Its color levels are unbelievable. Its white levels are outstanding for a screen that's green. And it was able to do it at 60 lumens in a fully lit environment with no problem whatsoever. Where your screen couldn't even operate next to the projector that I purchased. So, with that being said, when that screen peaks at 100%, what are you going to do? And there's 67 of these. Mind you, that tech has a lot underneath of what it's designed to do. But these new fluorescent screens coming out to next, you can't compete with those either. I don't just design screen paints just for the simple fact of being able to. If people design screens so they can make a better product, yeah, they do that, make a better product. But that's the end of it for them. They make a better product, they sell a lot, and that's it. And we're different. We develop technology to take out other technology, to make sure our technology stays on top no matter what. It isn't about the fact of designing a screen to be in a fully lit environment. It's designing a screen that survives in all different types of environments. There's multiple applications attached to it, and anything that comes against it is designed to take it out. That's what we engineer stuff to do. That's why we put it through brutal testing. You know, that's how that screen was sitting up there against that lighting up there at 24,000. 24,000. The first test we did on this product, the new upgrade version of an ad tech, the first test we did is we stuck it out in a window on a 50 lumen projector and let the sun push right through it. I had it in my friend's doorway on his door on a 50 lumen projector pushing the glass. And you guys can't even get a freaking screen to operate without blocking the entire window, turning out the lights, sticking with ultra short projectors that are married to this screen. That's the best you got. That's the best you had? Really? This is all we have. This is our competition right now. This is all we got. This is why we ignore you guys and go straight for TV. Because that's what we're engineered for. We're engineered for TV. I expect better, but we're not going to get better. That's why when I work with our technology, the name we got TV projection in that name, because our technology actually operates like a TV. So when we're done, we get our paperwork done, we got our samples. All my samples are going out to all these different companies. There's a letter in there letting you know that we have arrived. demonstration video in there showing you what our technology does to your technology. Why our technology is far advanced than yours. Let you know that we're here. I got calling cards from time putting out. Yeah, test all this stuff. And the sample sheet is so you can do the test for yourself. See what you're up against. I got plans, people. Big plans. First line of business is a knockout, all certified. So they know that when you see me in a booth, you know exactly what I'm about. Mind you, we'll be the ones with the 12K of Halo system embedded in the screens. That's how you'll know it's us. So who the freak is using all that left on baseball stadium? That'll be us. So yeah, send them all out, nice letters. There'll be a video in their link they can go to, and they can watch us test our technology versus their. That's a sample shoot of that technology. You try it for yourself. I'll guarantee you we'll get phone calls, lots and lots of phone calls. We're going to get a lot of them asking us to sell out, asking us to basically at the end of the day, you know, hey, you know, we can do business together. Got a message for you. No, we're not doing business with anybody. The main goal of our technology is to make it so everybody can afford it, to level the playing field. That's what we're doing. That's how it's going to work. That's the end of that. All right, with that being said, I got more colors to do. I've got that fluorescent, because I want to do some stuff with the PCs now. I'm doing the fluorescent glow and stuff. Got some crazy stuff coming up with that. And we're going to be testing out this new stuff. And we got the summer sale that's popping off. And thank you for the people who participated in the summer sale. Buddy came in and got 5 gallons. I knew he was going to do it. He came and got 5 gallons of it, because he's going to do backyards. So make a little money off of it. Do some backyard setups in his neighborhood. So, gave him a good discount, picked it up. You don't mind at the end of the day, you know what I mean? He's not slandering, he's making some money off it at the end of the day, and he's not claiming it as his own, so that's good. I can love that. So, good luck for him. Alright, that's basically about it. So, you know, like I said, we got to go through some bull crap. That's all part of business. We got to go through some nonsense. That's all. This becomes a business. This is what you got to deal with at the end of the day. You got to deal with haters and all that nonsense, and slander, blah, 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 court, blah. That's what comes from business. At the end of the day, as long as you can stand your ground, back your product at 100%, you can weather any storm. My main goal at the end of the day, as I said, wasn't about you screen paint makers. It had nothing to do with you. Our main goal was certified. That's what we were going after, was certified. You made it about that, so we had no choice but to go in and protect our company. We did what we had to do. So now, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to get myself patent. I got the patent pending. I paid for provisional patents. I paid for trademarks. I paid for all that stuff to lock our company down so we can move forward and to do what we're supposed to do. Is go hit these big certified companies at the end of the day and let them know who we are. And then from there, well, we just start making more and more product. We flood the market with technology that everybody can afford. No more of the, I don't have deep enough pockets. I can't afford that technology. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.